Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video we're going to look at a different kind of way to listen to music portably. So obviously you know about headphones, and you know about over the ear or on the ear or earbuds, and you know about Bluetooth speakers. I'm going to tell you about a product today that kind of combines Bluetooth speakers with headphones and lets you kind of take it on the go. It's actually called a wearable speaker, and I'm talking about the JBL Soundgear. Alright, so first things first, just like normal, we're going to talk about accessories. You see it. This is the accessory, the only accessory that comes with this thing, and it is a micro USB cable. Now that is for charging because this thing is wireless and it gives you 6 hours of battery life. Now look at this thing. Okay, right off the bat, this thing looks like a boomerang, something you could go out and throw and play with your dog with. But I'm telling you, this is much more than that. Originally, I saw the Bose variation of this and it retailed for $300. So like, I couldn't pull the trigger to buy it and test this out. I wanted to. I tried it in the store, which obviously trying something in a store and trying something at home is completely different. So I knew that I wanted to try one of these wearable speakers at home. Now I saw that JBL offered one for $100 less. This one retails for $199. I contacted JBL and told them I would love to try their wearable speaker. It intrigued me. I thought it would do good to tell you guys about something kind of different on the channel, but obviously still this is audio related, and I didn't know what to expect. I was excited to try it. So when I got it home, took it out of the box, I felt that, okay, this thing is really stiff in comparison to what the Bose had a lot of give, and it was a lot more flimsy. You could put it on actually over your head, as to where this one, you kind of have to slide it over the back of your neck. Now, I have a fat neck, and this thing fits no problem. It still has plenty of wiggle room. So if you have a big neck, you'll be okay. Even if you have a skinny neck, because my wife put this thing on, still stayed on, there's not a lot of movement, and that's important. So your first question is probably, who is this thing for? Why would I want something like this around my neck? Well, you probably wouldn't wear it out in public, although you could. It connects through Bluetooth and allows you to basically listen to music. It almost is like in a bubble, but in a way that's pretty awesome because you're still able to communicate with people around you. Like, I was able to sit here at my computer and use this listening to it, and if somebody came up behind me, I was able to hear it. I was still able to carry on a conversation even with the music going, because what it's doing is it's playing out loud, but it's not covering your ears. You're able to still get up and go about your business as long as you don't have them turned up really loud. These things get really loud, and at that point you're not hearing a whole lot of stuff going on around you. Who's it for? Well, it's for anybody. If you're out and want to ride a bike, it's a lot safer to be able to hear music, but also hear if a car is about to run your ass over. If you're wanting to just walk around the house and do different things and then go outside and grill, but you're still wanting to interact with your family or anybody around you, you can still do that. Now, keep in mind, whatever you're listening to, they're going to be able to hear some of that. So you may not want everybody listening to what you're listening to, and in that case, you might want to turn it down. At lower volumes, it's kind of hard for people around you to hear what you're listening to, but at louder volumes, they can hear everything you're listening to. So, controls, what do you have on here? Oh, on the back, not a control, but you have the micro USB port for charging. Like I said, you get about 6 hours of battery life. That is pretty decent. I would have liked to have had 8 hours because that's like a full day's work. That way, if you're at your desk for 8 hours all day, you don't have to worry that at some point you're gonna have to charge this. Now, speaking of using this thing at work, there are 2 microphones in here. Call clarity is extremely clear. Like, this could be your, go-to just walk around taking calls type of deal, and it's perfect. But your controls, on the right hand side, you have your volume slider to turn it on, and then your Bluetooth button to be able to connect. And on the left hand side are all your other connections. You have volume up, volume down, play, pause. To be able to skip songs, you just hold the volume up for about 2 seconds and then it skips forward. Same way with going back. Just hold down the volume for a couple of seconds and it'll go back to the track you're on. Speaker wise, you have 4 speakers in here. That's pretty impressive to have 4 speakers in here. Now what that is also doing is giving you pretty good separation. It's giving you a lot of spacious sound. It really does. I mean, and it is. It's combining sound into your environment. You have 2 bass ports in the back, kind of pushing air out. This does have a slight vibration with listening to music, so it has a different, it's just a different feel listening to music and movies and games. Although it doesn't specifically say, you know, movies and games, this thing is incredible for movies and games. Obviously, because of the sound separation and awareness, it really makes you feel like you're in the movie. It makes you feel like you're dropped in the game because you're able to just pinpoint things. And it's nice to play and not have these things over your ears, or not just using stereo speakers that are right in front of you. This thing entraps you in your sound. And it's hard to explain because this thing to me is like an experience. It gives you an experience in movies and games that headphones can't, or that earbuds can't, or that stereo speakers right in front of you can't. It's basically like dropping a home theater, like high-end home theater, right on your head. Like as if you were to wear a big helmet and this thing just entraps you in what's going on. It's a weird sensation at first, but I'm telling you, once you're trying it with different things, it just continues to amaze me. Now, sound. Let's go ahead and get into music, because obviously that's the main thing this is going to be used for. Music sounds incredible. Like the highs and the mids are pushed really forward, vocals sound extremely clear, treble is just so clear. It's not harsh, it's not sparkly, but being able to tell where cymbals are being hit and to be able to tell when somebody's vocals are coming in, and the mids, it's so clear. If there's raspiness, you're hearing that. Being able to hit high notes. The sound separation, again, I know I keep saying that. That's what this thing does. It basically is giving you surround sound and open back headphones all in this one little thing wearing on your neck. So at first you think $200 is a lot of money, and really $200 is a lot of money. If this thing can replace your surround sound, well, obviously if you're the only one listening to it, but if it can replace headphones and earbuds and Bluetooth speakers and all that, $200 is not that bad. All right, so bass. Let's get into bass, because that's where, if anything, I would have liked to have seen a little more punch. I don't know how possible that is with something like this. I don't know if maybe add a little more vibration, or maybe add like a woofer port into here. But again, something like that would drain the battery, so you would kind of be losing one for the other. And I don't want to lose battery life, but also I would have liked to have had just a little bit more bass. Now, I'm not saying this thing's lacking in bass, because it's not. If I was listening to metal or hip hop or pop or anything that's more bass driven, it sounded fantastic. Like, it's really tight. It's not a thick artificial sound like a lot of headphones are today, but at the same time it does have plenty of punch, but it's a tighter punch. And again, I think that makes it feel more realistic, and that's why with movies and games this thing is absolutely perfect. And the only reason it's not perfect for music is just because it just a little more bass. But again, that's nitpicking, and maybe that's just my sound signature that I like. You could put this thing on and think that it sounds like the most amazing thing you've ever heard. It's really incredible what they're able to do, and I honestly see that if a lot of people try this, and a lot of people experience this, this could be the future of listening to music. Now, do I want people walking out in public blasting their speakers? Like the people that walk around with Bluetooth speakers clipped on, or just walking around playing their music out loud, that's obnoxious. I don't want to hear what you're listening to. It's annoying. People around you don't want to hear what you're listening to. And that's kind of what this does. So I don't know that this is necessarily something that's made to be able to wear in public. You can, but obviously I think you should only do it in certain situations. So guys, that is my review of these. I can't say enough how much of an incredible experience this thing is. The Soundstage is amazing, and the sound with music and movies and games, everything sounded so good. So at $200, I know that's a fairly large investment, but the experience that you're getting, I'm telling you, it's something worth checking out. So guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you guys for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.